let's talk about the Philippine National Anthem. Kumusta po kayo? Welcome back! This month of June, the Philippines is celebrating the declaration of its independence from Spain. I'm doing this special video as my part in that celebration and as a response to a request by a subscriber who asked me to do a video on the Philippine National Anthem. Well, here it is. Pag-usapan natin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas, ang Lupang Hinirang. I will present this video in two parts. First, I will talk about fun facts about the Philippine National Anthem, and second, I will discuss the Filipino lyrics and translate them word for word in English to bring out the real flavor of the anthem as it is written in the Filipino language. But before we do that, please be sure that you are subscribed by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you'll be updated of new videos. Now, here are some fun facts about the Philippine National Anthem. Fun fact number 1, the original national anthem had no lyrics. Yes, in 1898, during the height of the Philippine Revolution against the Spanish colonial government, the leader of the Philippine Revolution, General Emilio Aguinaldo, commissioned the composition of a hymn that would be played during the proclamation of Philippine independence on June 12, 1898. The composer Julian Felipe composed a march which later was called Marcha Nacional Filipina. Julian Felipe drew inspiration from three musical pieces: the Marcha Real, the Spanish national anthem, which even to this day has no lyrics. Also, music from the Italian opera Aida by Giuseppe Verdi. Very familiar, no? And the French national anthem, La Marseillaise. Ayos ba? Fun fact number 2, the original lyrics of the anthem was in Spanish and not in Tagalog. In 1899, a soldier and a writer, Jose Palma, wrote a poem with the title Filipinas and was published in September 1899. The poem was fitted into the music of the Marcha Nacional Filipina and became the first official lyrics of the national anthem. Let's hear some parts of that version.
Tierra dorada, hija del sol de oriente, su fuego ardiente en ti latiendo está. Tierra de amores, del heroísmo cuna, los invasores no te hollarán jamás.
Fun fact number 3. There was a time in history that the singing of the national anthem was illegal. During the early years of the occupation of the Philippines by the United States, after the Philippines lost the Philippine-American War in 1902, displaying symbols of Philippine nationalism was banned, including displaying the Philippine flag and the singing of the Marcha Nacional. This prohibition was enforced through the Flag Act of 1907 until 1919 when this law was repealed. Fan fact number 4, the national anthem was sung in English. After the repeal of the Flag Act, the insular government decided to translate the Spanish March into English. The English version was called Philippine Hymn, composed by Camilo Osias and Mary Lane, an American.
Land of the morning, child of the sun returning, with fervor burning, feel our souls adore. Land dear and holy, cradle of noble heroes, never shall invaders trample my sacred shores, ever within the skies.
During the American occupation, the Philippine hymn was played alongside the U.S. anthem, Star Spangled Banner. This would last until World War II. Fan fact number 5, the lyrics sung today, the one every Filipino is familiar with, was introduced only in 1956, 58 years after the composition of the original hymn. Between 1940s and the 1950s, several Tagalog versions were introduced. It was in 1956 when the Philippine government of the then President Ramon Magsaysay commissioned the revision of the lyrics into Filipino, and credit to that went to the composer Felipe Padilla de Leon. It is his translation, played in the original 1898 musical arrangement, is what we now know today as Lupang Hinirang. As earlier discussed, the current version of the Philippine National Anthem in Tagalog was a translation of its English and Spanish versions. In the second part of this video, I will translate the Tagalog version back to English word for word so that you will have an appreciation of the Tagalog word order and also have a feel of the flavor of each line as they are heard by Filipino native speakers. I will include the original Spanish version and the American-era English version to see how close each language is to the essence of the hymn. And also, one thing to keep in mind is that the hymn addresses a second-person listener. The singer is addressing the country, the Philippines. So, tara, simulan na natin. Bayang Magiliw. Bayan is country or nation, and in some contexts can also mean people or land. The ligature G is added to connect it with the modified adjective magiliw, which translates to loving, tender, or affectionate. Bayang Magiliw, affectionate nation. This line is calling on the Philippines, establishing that the lines that follow is addressed to the nation of the Philippines as a second-person entity. Moving on. Perlas ng Silanganan. Silangan is east. Adding the suffix "an" at the end conveys a vast location. So, the line does not just refer to the east, but the east, or the eastern region. Perlas ng Silanganan, pearl of the eastern region. Alab ng puso. This is pretty straightforward. Alab ng puso, flame of the heart. Sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Mo'y is the contraction of mo, I, your is. Sa dibdib mo'y buhay, in your chest is alive. Lupang Hinirang. This is the line where the anthem gets its title. Lupang Hinirang. Lupa is land. The ligature NG is added to connect it with the adjective hinirang, which means proclaimed or appointed, proclaimed land. Though some translations use chosen land, which also makes sense, but as I have explained earlier, I'm using more direct word-for-word translation. Duyan ka ng magiting. Duyan means a hammock, but it can also mean a cradle where babies sleep. Magiting is brave or courageous. This is the first line that the subject is directly addressed with a pronoun. In this case, the pronoun ka or you. As you can see, the subject comes after the noun, a typical Tagalog word order. Duyan ka ng magiting. You are the cradle of the brave. Sa manlulupig. Manlulupig is from the root word lupig, defeat. Thus, manlulupig is anyone who comes to defeat someone or an invader. Sa manlulupig, two invaders. Then the sentence is completed with the next line. Di ka pasisiil. Di is short for hindi, which means no or not. The verb pasisiil is a verb that means to allow oneself to be oppressed. Di ka pasisiil, you will not let yourself to be oppressed. Sa dagat at bundok. Sa dagat at bundok, translated as in the sea and mountain. Though I'm sure it doesn't mean just one sea and one mountain. I'm sure the composer took the creative liberty of not using the plural marker mga, as this would affect the melodic timing of the hymn. Sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. Langit is sky. It can also mean heaven. Mong is the second person possessive pronoun mo, your, connected with the ligature ng. Mong bughaw, your blue. Sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, in the breeze and in your blue sky. I'd like to point out that both the Spanish and the English versions, these lines would go first before these lines. The 1956 Tagalog version had the lines in reverse. Again, a creative liberty taken by the composer. May dilag ang tula. May is the pseudo verb to have. Dilag is an old Tagalog word for beauty. When used, it is to describe a beautiful young maiden. To use dilag is to refer to someone as delicately beautiful. Tula can both mean poem and poetry. May dilag ang tula. There is beauty in poetry. At awit sa paglayang minamahal. Paglaya is the noun freedom. It is connected with the ligature ng to connect it with minamahal, being loved or beloved. At awit sa paglayang minamahal, and the song for beloved freedom. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y. Kislap is glitter or sparkle. Mo'y is the contraction of the second person pronoun mo, your, and the copula I, which translates to is. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y, the glitter of your flag is, then it connects with the phrase in the next line. Tagumpay na nagniningning. This line completes the sentence that was started in the previous line. Na is the ligature that connects both words in this line. Nagniningning is the progressive form of the verb magningning, to shine brightly. Tagumpay na nagniningning, victoriously shining. Ang bituin at araw niya. Araw means sun or day. In this case, it means sun. Niya is the third person possessive pronoun, his or her. This line is referring to the flag. That's why I'm sure the composer meant more than one star, bituin, which should have been mga bituin, but the plural marker mga was left out as a creative treatment. Ang bituin at araw niya, his stars and sun, then the sentence is completed in the next line. Kailan pamay di magdidilim. Kailan paman means ever, followed by di, which is short for hindi, no or not, then it becomes not ever. May is the contraction of man and I, is. Magdidilim is the contemplative form of the verb magdilim, to be dimmed. Kailan pa may di magdidilim, will not ever be dimmed or will not ever go dark. This refers to the stars and sun in the previous line, that the flag's stars and sun will never go dark. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhating pagsinta. Luwalhati means glory. It is connected with the ligature ng to connect it to the word being modified. Pagsinta, to love or to adore. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhating pagsinta. Land of the sun of glorious love. Buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Piling can mean presence or the condition of being with someone. Buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Life is heaven or heavenly in your presence. Aming ligaya na pagmay mang-aapi. Aming is the first person plural possessive pronoun. Amin, our, connected with the ligature G, connecting it with the noun being modified, ligaya, which can mean joy or happiness. Na pagmay is that when there is, mang-aapi is a noun that means one who will oppress or oppressor. Aming ligaya na pag may mang-aapi, it is our joy that when there is an oppressor, then the hymn ends with this line. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Ang mamatay is the act of dying or simply to die. Dahil can be translated as because or cause. Sa'yo is the contraction of sa iyo, in your or of your. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo, to die of your cause, or to die because of you. As a Filipino, I feel that Lupang Hinirang is one of the most beautiful anthems in the world. When it is sung, military personnel and the police would salute, while the rest of the population are taught to place their right hand over their heart like this. Customarily, a voice will announce, "Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Republika ng Pilipinas." The entire hymn is sung in about a minute. Its tempo is fast and very martial. It is the kind of tune that you can sing while marching into battle. Yet, there is no hint of causing violence to anyone in the anthem. It doesn't impose its country's virtues or proposes that they are superior to others. The lyrics are about the glorious qualities of the country. Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, duyan ka ng magiting. It talks about defiance. Ang bituin at araw niya, kailan pa may di magdidilim. It talks about sacrifice. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. To die of your cause. Not to fight, but to die. Offering the ultimate sacrifice. Its tempo is martial, but it doesn't call its citizens to arms like La Marseillaise. It doesn't describe a glorious battle like the Star-Spangled Banner or the sound of cannons like the Himno Nacional Mexicano. Even though the original Spanish lyrics were composed during the Philippine Revolution, it is not rebellious, just patriotic. It doesn't even mention the country's name like O Canada or Advanced Australia Fair or Indonesia Raya. Though there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we don't have the name Philippines or Pilipinas in our national anthem. Sana'y nagustuhan ninyo ang videong ito, naway nagkaroon kayo ng mas mataas na pangunawa sa mga bagay na nauukol sa bayan ng Pilipinas at sa wikang Pilipino. I hope you like this video, and if you did, please give this video a like by hitting the like button. That will help this channel a lot. I will see you next time as we continue with our journey in learning a beautiful language, Tagalog. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.